Good morning, my friends, and welcome back to Brandy's Keto Craze. Um, Today is the fourth day in week 5, and I just wanted to come on for a little confession. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to make my coffee this morning. So if you're up with me, or if it's morning time when you're watching this, go ahead and make you a cup of coffee and let's talk. Okay, so my confession is that, um, well, first of all, I weighed in on Monday, the beginning of week 5, and I am out of the 190s, which made me very excited and very happy. Um, so my weight now is 189, and I started at 196. Um, so I'm happy about that. It's been 5 weeks, so I'm down 7 pounds, and I'm good with that. I like to lose my weight slow and steady, um, because I just feel like it's easier to keep it off when you go that route, rather than just dropping so much weight at one time, you know. So, and it also makes me work for it, and I have to stick to my diet. So, anywho, um, Monday was great, and I had a good keto day. And so I'm having some coffee this morning. The way I drink my coffee is with 4 Splenda packets and heavy whipping cream. The heavy whipping cream has less than 1 gram of carbs. So they tell, well, if you read up on it, it's better to use this than milk. Milk has carbs in it because it does have sugar. All right. So, anywho, um, where was I? Hold on, y'all. I gotta get my thought back together. Okay. Um, Monday was a good day. Um, Ate good. Stuck to my diet. Tuesday, however, was a little different because, and I kind of fell off the wagon, if you will, because it was my daughter's birthday. And I went to visit her, and I actually stayed um, with her on Tuesday night. So I wasn't home Tuesday and didn't come back home until Wednesday after work. So anytime I'm not home, I'm finding it challenging to stick to my diet, because when I'm at home, I have everything at my reach. So I don't have bad foods um, here really that will throw me off track. I try to only buy what I can eat, with the exception, my fiance, he buys some things that he likes that I can't have, but I'm okay with that. But anyway, so when I'm not home, if I don't prepare myself and I don't take food with me, then it's a challenge for me to stick to my keto because I'm just going to get whatever I can. So this is what happened. So Tuesday morning, let's see, Tuesday morning I was home, and I believe I had an omelet, which was good. Um, and then Tuesday afternoon was good because I was still home. So I did eat a salad on Tuesday afternoon. And then Tuesday evening, I went to my daughter's. And of course, it's her birthday, so I took her out. And when I took her out, we ended up going to the Juicy Crab, which they have crab pots, which is good because the crab pots have crab legs, shrimp. Um, they had boiled eggs in the bag. They had sausages in the bag, and they had potatoes and corn. Well, they forgot to put the potato in mine, which was perfectly fine because I didn't need it anyway. So they gave me two corns, which I didn't eat the corn because the corn isn't keto friendly. And by the time I ate my shrimp and crab and one of the boiled eggs, I was pretty much full. So places like that, and a meal like that is keto friendly. That's not the issue. The issue and the confession to make is that I did have um, hush puppies. So they have hush puppies, and I love hush puppies. And I messed around and ordered some hush puppies. I can't even blame it on my daughter because it wasn't her idea, it was my idea. And then I ate like three hush puppies. Okay, fine. Then we went home to my daughter's, and somebody had given her teacher gave her a bunch of, not a bunch, well, a pack of gourmet cupcakes. Okay. And they looked so freaking good. And so she was like, Mama, we need to try these and see how they taste or whatever. And um, y'all may or may not know I'm a baker, a hobby baker. So I do um, bake and sell cupcakes and cakes out of my home. Um, and so I was curious to see how the cupcakes tasted. They did look good. I just wanted to see how they compare, to some of the cupcakes that I make. So, anywho, I ate almost the whole freaking cupcake. It was good. It was a good, moist cake, and it was good. So, that was my second slip up. Okay. Then I stayed the night, and Wednesday morning, I decided, because, kids don't stock their fridge and stuff like that. So they didn't have, anything for me to cook for breakfast and stuff like that, my girls. So I was like, I got up in the morning. I was like, well, I'm about to go to work. Let me go grab some breakfast. So where they live, there's an IHOP. When I lived there, I used to go to that IHOP every Saturday, faithfully. My favorite by far breakfast spot, and I was a regular. And even when I go now, they still recognize me and, are very friendly. The people who were there when I used to frequent this IHOP. And so, anyway, I was like, well, I'll go to IHOP. So I ended up getting a two for two for two, or two by two by two, which is two pancakes, two eggs, and two sausage. And I got two turkey sausage. So I was like really trying to resist these pancakes, but I love IHOP pancakes. So I ate all my eggs first, and then I ate one of my turkey sausages. And then I was pretty full, but I just had to taste that pancake. So I did end up eating half of the pancake, one of the pancakes. So I didn't ask for a to-go box. I was like, let me just leave this here, so I don't eat the rest of these pancakes because I would have ate the rest of those pancakes. Um, so I then had to figure out what I was going to have for lunch because I was working and I was out and about. Um, so what I ended up having yesterday for lunch, I was like, let me get back on track. Okay. I done fell off a little bit. Let me get right back up. So I decided to go to Bojangles and have the chicken supremes with green beans as my side. Okay. Now, I have four supremes. I should have only had two, because the supremes, they are fried and they do have a layer on the outside, whatever you want to call it, which are not keto friendly. So, anywho, um, but by that time I was like, I'm already over my carb count. Oh well, I'm gonna just go on. So, um, I did have that for lunch. And then for dinner, I was on my way home. I tried to eat before 6, and I was not going to get home by 6 o'clock to prepare my food and everything. So I decided on my drive home, which is an hour and a half, that I would stop and get something to eat. And I thought for like half the ride about what I was going to eat. So what I ended up doing was I went to Wendy's and I had a taste for a burger. So I got the Son of the Baconator burger. And that doesn't have any lettuce or anything on it. And I just got it with, plain. So no mayo, no ketchup. So what I did was so the Baconator has a patty, cheese, bacon, another patty with cheese and bacon, right? That's how it's stacked. So I took my two buns off and I took the top patty that had the cheese and the bacon on it and I flipped it over. Okay. So now I have two patties mushed together and all my bacon and cheese is in the middle so I don't make a mess. And that's how I ate the Baconator. No bread, just the meat and the cheese. And then I was back on track. Okay. Then my mind was back on keto. Um, it took me a while to get back there because I should have went right back on breakfast Wednesday morning. I should have went right back. Um, but I was so wanting the foods that I love that I took a cheat day and a half. Okay. Um, so I'm telling you this because I want you to know that everybody is going to um slip up from time to time, and that's okay. I went over my carb count yesterday. I went over my calorie count yesterday, but when I looked at my app, my carb manager app, I went to the in depth and I scrolled down and I saw my macros. And my macros were still in line. Even though I went over, my total consumption of carbs was only 10% for the day. Okay. Um, you want to keep your carb count, your macros 5% to 10%. Of course, closer to the 5, but don't go over 10. So, I had 10% there. I think it was 70% fat and 20% protein, which was exactly where you want your macros to be for carbs, protein, and fat. So even though I went over, I still stayed within the macros. So I'm finding a positive in this situation, and this is the positive that I'm getting. That yes, I did have some carbs and I went over my carb count. However, I kept it within my macros. So you always got to think of it that way. So I didn't go too crazy. That's what I guess I'm trying to say is that, when you are cheating, just keep it at a minimum, as much of a minimum as you can. Um, but everybody is going to have those bites, uh, at some point. You may. And I also want to say that being that I haven't had carbs in 5 weeks, um, eating carbs made me feel a little different. Um, I felt kind of heavy, not heavy in weight wise, but you know how you eat something and it just feels like it's staying with you too long. It's like you need to go work it off or something like that. That's how I felt after I ate those hush puppies and then that cupcake. It was heavy on me and it was like maybe it's just in my head now, but it was just like it's hard to explain. I felt I don't know. I just felt different when I ate the carbs. Um, a feeling that I didn't notice or feel before when I was eating carbs and I didn't omit it from my diet. But now that I'm omitting it from my diet, I notice it when I put it back in my body, um, when I load up on carbs. So, if you stick with keto for a while, eventually you're not going to want the carbs, because you're used to not having them. You're not going to crave them as much. It's more your mind, like my mind wanted those things because, I had the taste for them and I just knew that they tasted good, but it's not something that I absolutely had to have. So anyway, it may or may not make sense to you, but I just wanted to tell you my confession because some people kind of struggle with, oh, I cheated. It's over. My diet is over, So I don't want you to get discouraged in that way. I want you to try to pick it up as quick as you can, and get back on track. And if it's a gradual getting back on track, then it's a gradual. If you're able to just snap right back, then snap right back. But if you have to start one meal at a time and omit something, then do that. Because that's essentially what I did. Um, and I got back in the mind frame that, no carbs. So this morning, I did have a leftover piece of omelet. But yeah, so I guess somebody took it to work for breakfast, which is fine. I'll just make another one. So the other day I had made an omelet. I had made some sausage and then I had an omelet and I had green pepper, onion, and mushroom and cheese in it, and then the crumbled up sausage as well. And it was a two-egg omelet, and it was so big that I cut it in half, and I only ate half of it that day. And I put the other half in the refrigerator. I thought I was going to eat it this morning, but no, I just have to make me another one. But that's all right. So yeah, so I guess I'll make me an omelet this morning, for breakfast and have that. Um, so anyway, we're gonna keep pushing through, and I hope you all are doing well. If you got your coffee ready, I hope you enjoy your coffee, enjoy the rest of your day. Mm, I love coffee in the morning. Um, and we'll talk again soon. Hopefully I can bring you a recipe or something a little later. All right, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Toodles.